Hey, good evening, everybody. You guys give me just a sec here. Let everybody know what we've got going on tonight. I'm getting everything. Luckily, weather radio was happening tonight. That's what I fell asleep in the recliner, and that's what woke me up tonight. So I pretty much have the Weather Center ready to rock and roll just in case, but so I am going to. One of the main reasons I am seeing a little rotation right here, guys. This was one of the main reasons I wanted to get on here. This one up here in Johnson County is severe warning for hail, but there's a little bit of rotation on this cell that's leaving Johnson County coming into Clinton. So if you guys will give me just a second, I want to make sure everybody is on here. Make sure you guys are sharing the stream too, if you would. Because these are a couple little... We probably have a severe thunderstorm warning, possibly. So this is going to be for Henry County. There is a little bit of rotation right here. We're keeping a really close eye on this here for the time being. Hello.
Have you checked group chat or radar or anything?
What's that, buddy?
Have you checked radar or anything?
Have I checked radar?
There's rotation in your severe warning tornado possible.
Yeah, but I'm live, buddy. I've been live.
I know that. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll let you go.
All right. That's one of my guys. One of my guys that they're going, hey, are you on radar or anything? It's just like, man, I'm actually live right now. So they do have a tornado possible tag on this cell, guys. So again, let's go ahead, take tornado precautions for if you are in Henry County, including the town of Clinton. This is 60-mile-per-hour winds, maybe some small hail, but there is some rotation with this. This is a tornado possible tag. It is not a tornado warning, but it is a tornado possible tag. The sirens will not go off. This is a severe thunderstorm warning, but you guys know how I feel about the tag from the National Weather Service. We need to take that seriously. So I would just go ahead, go to the lowest portion of your house, go to your basement, go ahead, take your tornado precautions. This thing is kind of going to be coming across 13 Highway on the north side of Clinton. Let you guys take a look up here close. There's Golden Valley Hospital right now. Hi, Alan. Hi, Lucky. So again, I'm not going to be, I've got a couple programs that I'm looking at right now. I'm not going to be answering too many questions as far as, hey, Subby, Are we going to get severe thunderstorms or whatever? I'm really paying close attention to this cell as it's coming into Henry County. Now, of course, this one up here in Johnson County right now, that does have some hail included with that. This is a severe thunderstorm warning. This does not have a tornado possible tag. This one does. That is coming through Henry County. So, Clinton, I need to share this stream. Give me 1 second here, guys. I want to make sure if you see this, if you're in Henry County, let's make sure that we're sharing the stream, please, if you guys would. I am going to make sure that I'm on emergency management page as well. Let's go ahead and put this into split view here. I want to keep an eye on this rotation. It's very weak, but we do have rotation. And this is going to be coming in on the north side of Clinton right now. So again, it is not tornado warned, but it is severe thunderstorm warned with the possibility of a brief tornado included with this. The sirens will not sound during a severe thunderstorm warning from the National Weather Service. Only during a tornado warning. But you guys know how I feel about the tornado possible tag. We need to go ahead and take our tornado precautions. This could spin up something really, really quick and only last 2 minutes. But for those of you in Warrensburg, again, this one here does not have a tornado possible tag. This is just for maybe 1 inch hail, that's quarter size, and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. The one in Henry County right now, we're watching, there's a little bit of rotation associated with this. And, of course, they put a tornado possible tag on this warning. So, central Henry County and west central Missouri, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. Clinton, Calhoun, Cole, Tightwad, Hartwell, and Truman Lake. Remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornado can develop quickly. So again, that's one of the main reasons why we're keeping but it is heading towards Clinton. So those of you in Clinton, we need to be prepared here in Clinton for a very strong thunderstorm. I'm hoping the outflow is going to get caught up with this, weaken this just a little bit. But we still have a little bit of a couplet right here. So definitely keeping a very close eye on that here over the next couple minutes. So again, guys, we kind of got awoken. I got awoken with the special weather statement here about 20 minutes ago. And watch this severe thunderstorm warning pop up here in Johnson County. And then this cell here popped up. Now, these things are building on a leftover outflow boundary. That's really about the only thing these things have to go on right now. So, it's going to be very isolated. But again, we're watching for a couple potential of stronger storms. So, it was kind of a little bit of a surprise. We had about a 25% chance of a thunderstorm tonight, but really wasn't expecting any severe weather. We are in just a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms tonight, but wasn't expecting to see any severe thunderstorm warnings, and especially at 10:40 in the evening too. So it's not quite as strong here, and again, this is going to be coming into Clinton here within the next couple minutes. This is moving southeast. So we've got about 45 to 55 mile per hour winds here coming into Clinton. And again, this does have a tornado possible tag. And again, if you're in Clinton, you're not going to hear the siren sound. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that the National Weather Service issued. However, there is a little bit of rotation with this. And kind of my rule of thumb, if there's a tornado possible tag, then if you got 60, 70 mile per hour winds, you might as well go to the basement. Treat it like a tornado warning. Let this cell pass, and then you can go back to bed. So the cell up here in Warrensburg is not looking quite as impressive as what it did here just a few minutes ago. We'll keep an eye on that. We have another cell that's popping up down here near Shell City that we'll be watching too. So a lot of lightning with this. It's going to come in like a lion. And a lot of rumbles of thunder. You'll probably hear my lightning detector, my dog go off here before too long. And but we're going to stay here with you guys. Looks like they did drop that. Actually, it looked like they dropped it. But we are still under a severe thunderstorm warning for Henry County. So don't let that fool you. We are still under a severe thunderstorm warning. Also for till 11:15 for Johnson County. This is still ongoing right now as well. There's just been an update. We'll see those polygons go back on here in just a moment. It does sound like that we have the wind and the rain hitting Clinton right now. There's my lightning detector as well. This cell is moving to the southeast. So those in along 7 Highway, James, right there at Tightwad. We're going to be looking at Sparrowfoot, Alberta, along W and A Highway, AA Highway. And then down to Leesville, Tightwad, Racket, Teal Bend. That's the direction this thing is moving. It does not have the tornado possible tag anymore. So with this last update, I would agree with that, as that rotation is pretty much gone now. That's coming into Clinton. We do have some strong winds, 40 to 55 miles per hour, according to radar. But that tornado possible tag is now off of this cell in Henry County. The cell up in Johnson County, you guys are still under a severe thunderstorm warning until 11:15. There's the polygon. Whenever they update, they cancel the current one, reissue for the update. So sometimes on these radar software, it takes just a second. So you don't want to let your guard down. I am hearing a little bit of hail outside right now. Probably really small hail right now. Let me know if you guys are actually... let me know if you guys are getting hail. You can shoot your pictures on my Facebook page. Sarah's got a nice video of some good lightning shots out there off of down off of W, and that's right where this cell is heading, in between 7 and down there by the old game store down on W. So this is going to be really kind of paralleling 7 Highway. And, of course, Leesville, Tightwad, Alberta, along C Highway, A Highway, AA Highway, W Highway, all east of Clinton and the town of Clinton right now. And we are not seeing that rotation like we did here just a few minutes ago. And again, these are kind of surprise thunderstorms that have developed here along a outflow boundary. So these things, they're going to fluctuate in intensity just a little bit, but we are just in a marginal risk, so the conditions are not all that favorable. If they were going to be favorable, would have been probably around the 5, 6, maybe 7 o'clock time frame. Typically not at 10:30, almost 11 o'clock at night. So we're going to stay with you guys, kind of an impromptu live stream tonight. So we do have some nice videos. And again, there's a lot of lightning associated with this cluster of thunderstorms. Yes.
It is lucky. It's just raining real heavy here, but
So on the east side of Clinton, just heavy rain, no hail. So thanks to Lucky for that report. So the cell up here in Johnson County is really weakening right now. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning till 11:15, another 30 minutes. That will likely be allowed to expire maybe just a little early. We did have half-inch hail up here in Warrensburg. A little bit of rotation down here, just kind of southwest of Shell City right now. As you can see, there's a little bit of rotation right here. It's not wrapping all the way around, and it's not warned. It's not even severe warned, but definitely something to keep an eye on here over the next few minutes. So this cell over here in Johnson County is moving east and just a little bit southeast. So it does look like it's weakening some. So it is weakening just a little bit, but it is going to be making its way into Pettis County. We'll have to wait and see if it's going to cycle or if it's just going to kind of fade out. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning on it till 11:15. Clinton, you guys still have this severe thunderstorm warning until 11 o'clock, about another 15 minutes. This does not have that tornado possible tag on it. We are not seeing that rotation anymore. So, if you're in Clinton, if you're in your tornado safe spot, give it about another 5-8 minutes, and you guys can go ahead and come back up and go to bed for the night. Not expecting any more storms behind this, as we're already starting to see a little bit of an outflow beginning to take place. Now, this outflow, this is rain-cooled air, and sometimes, well, most of the time, when you start to see an outflow like that, the storm will begin to suck in some of that rain-cooled air, and it will begin to weaken the storm just a little bit. So, and again, this cell down here, Shell City, still seeing a little bit of rotation down here. Moderate rotation, but it's not even severe warned right now. So it doesn't have strong straight line winds. It doesn't have 1-inch hail in it yet, as of right now. So let's want to do something here real quick. Take a look at this. I want to bring up my National Weather Service. I have not brought them up yet. I'm kind of interested to see what Springfield is saying about this cell down by Shell City. Springfield was a little bit more concerned about the cell up here in Clinton. It has weakened now, thank goodness. But they were concerned about that cell coming into Henry County. So basically what we've got going on right now, we have the leftover, we do have a leftover cold front that is actually draped about right like that. And it is moving to the southeast. Okay, it is moving this direction. So these little thunderstorms are popping up along and ahead of this. So St. Clair County, this cell down here has been severe warned now. So that's going to be this one right here we've been watching. Here in just a moment. Boy, that wind is really howling here in Clinton. So we, about a 25% chance of a thunderstorm tonight. We get a couple of severe storms. We didn't get any severe storms last night. So... man, welcome to summertime storm pattern. That wind is howling out there. I got to see how fast those winds are going. And don't worry, I will be checking chat here in just a second. Just keeping an eye on these cells here. So here in Clinton on our weather station, we have had a gust up to 49 miles per hour. So they did go ahead and they updated the severe thunderstorm warning for Henry County. They did shrink that up just a little bit, but it does include Calhoun, which you guys are just about out of it in Calhoun. I wouldn't be too concerned if you live in Calhoun. We do have a report of a rotating wall cloud south of Shell City. So that was what we were looking at here just a little bit. Right down here just south of Shell City at this rotation. That was just now. However, that rotation has weakened over the last scan. So, thank you, Lucky, for that super chat. Thank you so much. It has weakened some, that rotation. However, we do have a tornado possible tag on this cell down in Vernon County. This will be south of Shell City. It is heading toward El Dorado Springs. So if you live in El Dorado Springs, you are affected by this polygon. You need to go ahead and take those precautions. Now, tornado possible tag, I would probably go ahead and take your tornado precautions, even though I think this is going to slide just to your north in El Dorado Springs. I think it's going to slide just to your north. However, this is going to be along, let's say, the little town of Dania. Taborville, you guys are going to get hit with some just torrential rainfall, maybe some nickel-sized hail. Let's see, Tiffin along 82, along H, that runs north and south out of Taborville. That's where the strongest part of this cell is, down here in Vernon County. Here in Henry County and Benton County right now, this cell has really kind of did a handoff right now. So, meaning that this will likely be expired pretty quickly, and maybe another one showing up for Benton County. It's a little bit of a handoff of intensity. So this one in Henry County is weakening somewhat, but yet the one in Benton County near Lincoln and Colcamp along 65 Highway is beginning to strengthen a little bit. So a little bit of a handoff of intensity. And you get that a lot with these type of impulse thunderstorms. So these are very small. They're isolated. Torrential rain. We've had over an inch of rain here in Clinton so far, just in that short amount of time. Incredible rain producers. A lot of lightning. Take a look at this one down here. And again, the rotation is not as prevalent as what it was just 10 minutes ago. So we've got pea-sized hail in Knob Noster right now. That's associated with this cell up here in Johnson County. Weakened considerably over the last few frames. So Sedalia looks like you might get hit with some with some lightning, with some moderate rainfall, but that cell is definitely weakening coming into Pettis County. I'm not too concerned about that. This cell here in Henry County, and again, maybe some pea-sized hail, 40, 45 mile an hour winds. We are starting to get a bigger hail core in the cell that is likely going to split. They're likely going to go into two different cells. And the one on the right is going to take over going into Benton County. A little bit of hail, maybe some wind. And that's going to be already coming into Lincoln, Colcamp. Of course, it's going to move on over toward the Stover, Morgan County area here over the next 20 minutes or so. See if we got any pictures coming in. Anything to share. A lot of nice clips tonight. Little video clips. So yeah, if anybody is getting any hail when it's safe, if you want to shoot a picture of hail over to our Facebook page, I would appreciate that. So right now, Johnson County storm really weakening, moving into Pettis County. Not worried about that cell. Still a very strong cell coming down 7 Highway in between Cole and Clinton Airport out on 7 Highway, and it's coming into Roseland, Leesville, and Tightwad, and then eventually over to Racket, Teal Bend, and Max Camp here over the next 15-20 minutes. 30-35 mile per hour winds, torrential rains, and then of course we're watching for there's just enough spin in the upper atmosphere, obviously along that cold front. So, we're definitely watching for any signs of rotation. If these things are maybe trying to cycle a couple times before they finally die out and weaken. So very broad rotation on this cell. And I think it's going to stay just north of El Dorado Springs. Moving off to the east, southeast. And again, Roscoe, Osage Heights, Tiffin, Crook Springs, Cedar Springs, along 82 Highway. Basically from El Dorado Springs to Roscoe. You guys are under the gun right now. This will eventually, you'll have a couple cells that's going to be moving east, northeast, maybe affecting Osceola, H. Bartle Scout Reservation. Yeah, I'll be surprised if we don't see Benton County under some type of advisory, maybe a special weather statement, maybe a severe thunderstorm warning. But it's really tough right now because I'm really not seeing a I'm not seeing a very big hail core over here in Benton County right now. We actually got a little bigger hail core down here just west of Tightwad than in Benton County, but so Clinton, we've got a couple light showers. If you're behind these storms right now, this is definitely the last batch of thunderstorms for the night. So if you're behind the line from, say, stretching from Sedalia, Clinton, Appleton City to Nevada, if you're along that line or north behind that line, you guys are good to go to bed for the night. We're not going to see any more pop-up thunderstorms for the rest of the night behind that line. The front is moved through right now. So you guys are in great shape right now. So it does look like they expired the warning for Henry County right now. So right now we just have this one right down here. El Dorado Springs, like I said, it's staying just to your north in El Dorado Springs. And right along O Highway. O Highway runs east-west from Dania through Tiffin, New Orr. And then, of course, along 82 Highway. Really from, looks like from El Dorado Springs all the way through Roscoe. You guys are going to start to get some very moderate to heavy rainfall. A lot of lightning with this cell. But right now, I'm not seeing anything severe associated with this cell. The winds are down, no severe hail, no rotation to really speak of right now, even though this is a tornado possible tag. I'm not seeing anything that would suggest that. So we'll continue with these cells until they weaken and move out of west central Missouri. And again, Pettis County, Sedalia, Green Ridge, Lamont, Windsor, Calhoun, Clinton, Chilhowie, Warrensburg, you guys are behind the cold front. You guys are good to go. Okay? You guys can go back to bed. Don't have to worry about it tonight. Let me jump here. Holy cow, we got a lot of chat. So give me just a second here. I think I answered just about everybody's question here. David, which weather station do you use? I do use a Tempest. They are made from a company called Weatherflow. They are a very good weather system. They're wireless. They're Wi-Fi. They use a hepastatic rain gauge, meaning it doesn't collect. It actually has a sensor on top, detects how fast, how many raindrops per square centimeter that hits this, and then it does a rain measurement. Plus or minus about a tenth on the rain. It's not like as accurate as having a 6-inch rain gauge. That is the official rain gauge, is 6 inches around. It's not as accurate as that, but it's pretty darn accurate compared to a trap style rain gauge. Wind, barometric pressure, it has everything with it. So plus you got an app on your phone. You got this great app right here, website that I use. It has radar, tells you all the information, forecast. You click on this and it gets even more detail. Wind speed, barometric pressure, dew point, wet bulb temperature, which is important during the summertime, especially because that tells you how much you can perspirate, maybe heat stroke, heat-related illnesses, wet bulb temperature. Just really a fantastic. Plus, on top of that, we get to take a look at all the other tempests in the country, and we can take a look at what the weather is doing. So, definitely like the Tempest weather station. We've been through Windsor. We'll talk about Stover here in just a second. I had, hey Scotty. So I actually had, it was, I believe that was a 47 mile an hour wind gust from our weather station right here in the middle of town. So it gusted up pretty good as it came through Clinton, and I could hear it. Man, it was howling and pushing that rain against the glass here in right here in the heart of town. So looks like the Benton County storm looks like it's draped right over 65 highway. Looks like it's in between Colcamp Junction and Lincoln right now. And of course, Colcamp, you're getting some very moderate to heavy rain right now. Maybe a little bit of hail along F Highway. It'll be P size is probably going to be about the biggest. And then, of course, it's going to continue, put that in motion here. It's going to continue to move off to the east-southeast. So, Stover, you're going to be glanced by this on the north side of here, but really down along B. That takes you down to Lakeview Heights. So, Barbara, I don't know if you're watching tonight. You guys are going to get hit with a pretty good little thunder boomer. Not warned right now. Just some torrential rain, maybe some pea-sized hail. The only severe thunderstorm warning we have right now is going to be this one down here coming into Roscoe, Tiffin. You're right smack dab in the middle of this thing right now. So maybe some pea-sized hail. You're still under another 23 minutes, a severe thunderstorm warning. It does have a tornado possible tag. It did have a nice little couplet right before it went severe warned. And then it looked like the next round, when it updated, it really kind of fizzled out. But I'm not seeing really anything that's worth noting with this cell as far as rotation, circulation. There is some circulation right here, if you notice right here on O Highway. But again, I can tell on my other program on the rotational tracks that circulation is way up in the cell. And it's not ground circulation, so that's because of the hail. You have to have a super. I shouldn't say a supercell. You have to have rotation at upper levels to be able to get an updraft. You have to have an updraft to have hail. So that kind of shows me that this is going to be hail related, not ground-based circulation. So right now, some pea-sized hail and some torrential rainfall rates. So, and of course, we're going to be watching this very closely. Make sure it does not cycle. Make sure that rotation doesn't extend down a little bit further down toward the surface. But really strong summertime thunderstorms right now. From Colcamp, Lincoln, along 65 Highway, Colcamp Junction, down through Lincoln. And then, of course, over to Tightwad, Leesville, Racket, Teal Bend. You guys are going to get hit with some very heavy rains here real quick. Maybe 30, 35 mile an hour wind gusts. So again, this was kind of a little bit of a surprise. We did have chances for thunderstorms tonight. We had a 90% chance early on this morning into about the 10, 11 o'clock this morning. And then we had a 25% chance of a thunderstorm for tonight. Just as that cold front moves through, there's not hardly any ingredients out there for the thunderstorms to survive, but we got 2 or 3 of them that right along that front they decided to blossom out and put down a couple pretty intense thunderstorms tonight. Got a bunch of messages here, so if anybody messaged me, I'll get back to you here in just a little bit. Let's jump over here to Jessica. I don't know when that looks like a recent message. No, we don't have to worry about right now. There's no threat of a tornado anywhere. Actually, the storms are weakening in Henry, Benton, and of course Sedalia. You guys are good. So if you are behind the line, say from Sedalia, Green Ridge, Windsor, Clinton, Montrose, Appleton City, all the way down to Nevada, if you're along that line or north of that line, you guys can go back to bed. okay, you're good to go for the night. We're just watching these three cells that they're still packing a punch. Let's blow that. I mean, there's not hardly anything going on out here, with the exception of those three cells. Ooh, I hit the mute button just in time. You guys didn't get to hear me sneeze. And still kind of keeping a close eye on our only severe thunderstorm warning right now. Still got another 17 minutes left. And it does have a tornado possible tag. So kind of like what we talked about earlier, tornado possible tag. If the severe thunderstorm warning has that, meets that criteria for a tornado possible tag, I will be the first one to jump up and down and sit there and tell you to go ahead and take your tornado precautions. I mean, if there's a strong thunderstorm and there could be a possible tornado, why would you not take your tornado precautions? So I've always had a big issue here over the last couple of years since they introduced that new headline of tornado possible. I mean, to me, if there's a possible tornado in that cell, it needs to be tornado warned. Let people go ahead and go to their tornado safe spot. So, kind of my rule of thumb, if this tornado possible tag is on a cell and you're in that polygon, you go ahead and take your tornado precautions. So, and this is going to be Roscoe. You're behind that circulation almost. Osceola, you guys are getting hit with some torrential rainfall rates. If you're driving along 13 highway right now between, say, Vista and Lowry City, you probably can't even see 20 feet in front of you, probably, because that's some torrential rainfalls that's coming down. And, of course, a lot of lightning with that as well. Yeah, Kelly. Severe thunderstorm warning's over for Henry County. We only have one right now, and that's down here at St. Clair County right now. That's the only severe thunderstorm warning we have on the board right now. There's still a strong thunderstorm that's in Benton County right now, really from Colcamp to Lincoln, coming into Warsaw right now, just south of Tightwad, actually down around Finey, who's made all kinds of headlines here, not good headlines over the last couple days. Teal Bend, Racket, Max Camp, Tackner, Opportunity Farms, that's right along 7 Highway, right at the corner of Z, as in zebra, and 7 Highway. You guys are going to start getting hit with this very, very heavy rain, maybe some pea-sized hail. But it is not warned right now. This is just a strong summertime thunderstorm we've got going on right here. And then down in St. Clair County, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for the next 14 minutes with a tornado possible tag on it. And again, I am not seeing anything other than broad rotation right now. This will be just south of 82, south of Tiffin. And what that is likely hail. On my other program, I'm looking at rotational tracks on the surface, and I'm not seeing any. But you go up in the atmosphere anywhere between 2,500 to 6,000 feet above our heads, and that's where that rotation is. That's where the updraft is taking those raindrops, shooting it up to 15,000 feet, freezing it, and then you get some hail that gets falling out of those clouds onto the surface. So you have to have updrafts, you have to have a little bit of circulation in order for hail to form, and I think that's what we're watching right now is just the hail core rotation. So, but we're still keeping a very close eye on this cell until National Weather Service decides to expire the warning. Yeah, Ken, I saw that too. They're really not all that concerned. It even took, I don't know if you see go to the Storm Prediction Center SPC website, they were surprised that there was any thunderstorms that pop up here. So it caught them off guard too. But the mesoscale discussion just talks about the potential of hail is really going to be the biggest threat with any of these storms for the rest of the night. But and again, it's right along a cold front. Just enough instability to get a couple of these storms to fire up, and we've had a couple intense thunderstorms tonight. So got a headline, a massive missile attack on Israel ongoing right now, if anybody's keeping up with current events over there. So it's broad daylight over in Israel right now, and I guess it's a massive missile attack going on right now against Israel. So sad, sad, sad news. So again, we do have this cell down really in between Roscoe, straight south to Highway 54, over to Collins. And of course, it's going to be going right over 13 Highway from Lowry City down to Osceola Vista, all the way down to Collins. Very, very heavy rain is going to be going across 13 Highway right now. Atro Bartle, be prepared if you have any kids that are going to Atro Bartle right now. I believe this would be the second session down there. Make sure to give them a heads up. You got some torrential rain, maybe some small hail coming into Iconium and Atro Bartle Scout Reservation. But overall, it's not looking really all that impressive right now. A little 35 mile per hour winds, maybe some small pea-sized hail coming into Warsaw right now. Again, nothing severe, which is good news. Just going to be loud for a little bit. Do have some good videos on Subby's Weather Talk Facebook group. You guys want to some really good little clips of lightning and torrential rainfall. Thank you guys for sending that in to us. There's a lot of people that are wanting to get into the room, so if you have a friend or family member that's been wanting to come into Subby's Weather Talk Facebook group, I just let them in. So we did top over the 19,000 mark here on Subby's Weather Talk. So pretty impressive for little old West Central Missouri. Maybe we ought to sit there and do a giveaway. Maybe we'll do a giveaway for 20,000. Maybe we'll raffle off of maybe a few Subby swag items when we hit 20,000. I think that's what we'll do. Making a decision on the go because it's 11:20 and I'm tired. 11:20. Yeah, Ken, I did read a headline on that up there south of Hannibal. No, you're good, Savannah and Camp. It's just going to be loud up here in Camp. You're almost out of it. So it's off to your east now in Camp for the most part. So you guys ought to be in good shape. Stover, it's going to get loud, and you're not going to be able to see across the street here in a couple minutes. Torrential rains out of these. Warsaw, you have that cell coming into your area as well. Not warned. It's not severe warned. Just some moderate to very heavy rainfall and some CG lightning. Cloud to ground lightning. Sorry. Just a little abbreviation there. So very broad rotation now associated with the hail core down here south of Roscoe. Hardyville, Crook Springs, Blackjack, a lot of these little rural communities along 54 Highway, W Highway, and again, maybe some pea-sized hail, torrential rainfall. And that's going to be taking over 13 Highway around Vista, down to probably close to Humansville on 13 Highway. But again, it is definitely showing signs of weakening here. And the northern storm's got a pretty good little hail core going on right now, going across 13 Highway. It's going to stay south of U Allen and Brownington and Deepwater. This is going to be coming just north of Lowry City, coming over 13 Highway. So this is going to stay just north of A Highway. You got A Highway, that takes you to the west. C Highway takes you down to Iconium. Just north of there, that's a curve. You've got the, let's see here. Let's go back to, yeah, let's just do that. Hang on a minute. Let me get out of split view here real quick. You guys can see better. So the hail core right now, there's the curve. Right over here is where the Alexander cornfields are for the corn maze. We've got, let's see here, that little ice cream coffee shop here on the east side of the road. I've been in there a couple times. There's a little antique mall right next to it. Very, very good coffee right there. I've been there, I think, twice. 4 Phillies. I think it's called 4 Phillies. So you guys could be getting maybe up to nickel-sized hail coming in here just momentarily. Hi, KK. You don't have to worry. I really don't think you have anything to worry about. This cell here, they did go ahead and let the severe thunderstorm warning expire. So, really just very strong summertime thunderstorms with lots of lightning. Not heat lightning. Now remember, there's no such thing as heat lightning. I was told there was ever since I was probably about 5 years old that there was heat lightning when you see the orange glow into the distance when you're fishing. And that was heat lightning. There's no such thing as heat lightning, by the way. So, but a lot of lightning, torrential rainfall, and maybe some pea-sized hail, maybe up to nickel-sized hail here just south of Chloe, just north of Lowry City, crossing over to 13 Highway. But all of these cells are really weakening. And of course, you know, we've got these are developing right along a very, very weak cold front that's left over. And so these things don't have a whole lot of ingredients to work with tonight. So kind of caught everybody by surprise. We did have a chance to see a couple thunderstorms, but you know I didn't expect them to turn severe with any hail in them. So anyway, they got a little bit robust there for a while, but we're definitely starting to see them weaken here in west central Missouri, and they will continue that weakening stage here over the next 30 minutes or so. So I do think this is, yeah, this is really weakened. This cell down here, Collins, south of Roscoe, down around Blackjack, Cedar Springs, Crook Springs. Yeah, I'd say this. They got what? Oh, 2 minutes left on the warning, so they are not going to reissue a severe thunderstorm warning for St. Clair County. That has really weakened considerably. So another 2 minutes, that one will be off the board. And I really think we will be done for any severe storms for the rest of the night. Now, if you're behind this line, right now, if you're in Cocamp, Lincoln, Leesville, Tightwad, Deepwater, Appleton City, to Rockville, the Nevada, if you're along that line or north of it, behind that line, you guys can go back to bed. You guys are done. We're not going to see any more. We're not going to see any more storms now that weak cold front has passed through. So you guys can go get some shut-eye. I'm going to stay with you guys for a little while. Just watch these storms. I like to see this cell here get out of Benton County. Make sure it doesn't cycle any at all. But I think we are done with severe weather for the rest of the night here in west central Missouri. The hail core right now is just south of Chloe. Looks like it's right along A and Z Highway. Just on the north side of Larry City there. And if it is, it's maybe pea size if it's hitting the ground. Maybe pea size. Yes, Terry, go to bed. Get some beauty sleep tonight. You're good to go. So it's been a while since we had a live session tonight. So I had everything ready to go. I did take a little siesta, fell asleep on the recliner to wake up to a special weather statement alert for Johnson County. And then that cell blew up and over Warrensburg. And then the cell blew up that started heading down south into Henry County. And then we had one over by, let's see, where was that? El Dorado Springs, I guess. And it blew up. So very, very quick action tonight. Quick action. Good night, Terry. Team Havoc. You said I'd go to sleep. He's going to clock out and go home. I don't think you can do that yet, Andy. I think your shift started about, what, an hour and a half ago? You can't clock out yet, buddy. Roscoe's looking good. You guys can go to bed. Rain and thunder made it to Iconium. Yep, just about as fast as it come in, Dave, it's going to be leaving as well. So again, make sure everybody heard. If you're, say, from a line from Smithton, Colcamp, Lincoln, Warsaw, Deepwater, Appleton City, Roscoe, Osceola, El Dorado Springs, to Nevada. If you're along that line or behind that line, north of that line, you guys are good to go to bed. Get some beauty sleep. That's going to be all the storms that we're going to have for tonight. And again, these things just kind of popped up out of nowhere along a very weak cold front. And there's just enough instability in there to produce a couple of hailers early on, a couple of wind gusts. But they are definitely weakening right now. Hi, Rachel. So when you're down in Lebanon, definitely want to follow 417 Chasers. Let me show you. Let's see here. You are watching this on YouTube, Rachel, right? So let me show you. Matt does a fantastic job down there. Matt Jones. So down in the Springfield area, 417 Storm Chasers. Matt Jones, he's down there. He gives updates. He's also a storm chaser. So he goes out, he chases the storms, and he's also live. He gives updates on all of that area down Lebanon, down to Bennett, down to Springfield, Branson, all of southwest Missouri. So definitely a good dude to follow. He is actually part of our Midwest Meso project, which Matt is on our team, and we are gathering up data with probes that we are setting out in front of the severe thunderstorms to collect data to send to the National Weather Service so that they can do some research on everything from how come one cell developed a tornado and the other one didn't? What were the conditions at that time on the ground? How come one cell had golf ball size hail and the other one had pea size hail? They want to know what the conditions were on the ground during that time. So we're going to try to help them kind of gather up this research data so that might help them in their endeavors. So we call that the Midwest Meso Project 2025 if you want to follow us on YouTube. You bet, David. Hey, Junior. Good to see you, brother. All right, guys. So it is 11:30, and our severe weather is done now for West Central Missouri. You're still going to get some torrential rains in Lakeview Heights, just south of Warsaw, all the way down 83, 82, down to Wheatland, all the way down over just southwest of Collins. You guys are going to get some very heavy rains in a very short amount of time. It's not going to last long. It's going to be noisy. There's a lot of lightning associated with these little cells. But as far as severe weather, we are done here in West Central Missouri with severe weather for tonight. Just kind of, I sent a message over to one of my meteorologists in my back pocket that I refer to. over at the National Weather Service, and you know, they're all in agreement as well. The conditions are just starting to get real messy out there. We don't have a severe threat anymore here in West Central Missouri. So I am going to go ahead and, hi Drake, I am going to go ahead and end this live stream. If anything, maybe a little bit stronger of a cell somehow or another pops up, I'll make sure an update on our Facebook group. So make sure you, first off, like the YouTube video. Make sure you like our Facebook Live. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel. All of those little things help get our word out there to more and more people. So that's, 19,000 people is fantastic for Subby's Weather Talk. I'm very thrilled to have that many people in our group, but that's not even the population of Henry County, where we're sitting at 22,000 people in Henry County, and we cover 8 counties here in West Central Missouri. So there's a lot of people that we still need to reach to make sure that they get the proper warnings, watches, advisories to them via the live stream. So I encourage you guys to share the stream, share the page, and let's try to get word out there to as many people as we possibly can. So free car wash, exactly. I had my truck parked underneath a tree at the mulberry tree, and you got all the mulberries all over. You got bird poop all over the hood of my truck. So tonight I pulled my truck out. I drive a car during the day, so I pulled my truck out of the driveway, turned it around, backed into my driveway in hopes that we got a gully washer tonight to get my truck clean. People say I'm a little stingy when it comes to money, that's for sure. But yeah, free car wash tonight. We definitely got that here in Henry County. So, well, guys, that's all I'm going to do for this evening. Have a good night too, Ken. Thank you. And remember, tomorrow morning, I'll be at Baumgard Weather Center. I'll be updating the forecast for the rest of this week, guys. It's going to get hot. So we're going to have heat indexes over the weekend into Monday and Tuesday, well over 100 degrees. So we are really going to be turning hot as we go through the weekend. And then we're going to have a big cool down as we get a little bit closer to that 4th of July holiday. Looks like the last week of June, extremely below average temperatures, and into that first week of July, very, very well below temperatures. We're talking low 80s for highs for the 4th of July. So I really can't remember a 4th of July being in the 80s. So we've got beautiful weather coming up here for the next 5 to 7 days. It's just going to be hot. So make sure you drink plenty of fluids, especially if you work outside, for tomorrow and Friday. And then, of course, if you guys get out on the lake on the weekend, make sure you drink plenty of water, not just liquids. And I think you guys know where I'm going with that one. So until next time, guys, everybody stay weather aware, and we'll be talking to you soon.